it's conductive. The goal, the reason we have this kit is because this gel and putty combined, they allow you to use apex locator. Does anyone know what apex locators are? Apex locator is a device that tells you how the goal of it is to see how long a tooth is. So from wherever point you are at the top to when you reach the PDL outside the tooth. When there's a lip hook that goes on the lip, and there's a little hook that goes on your file, your hand file, or your rotary file, doesn't matter, like that. And then when this one reaches the end, it works by a difference of voltages. And it sends two ratios, and when this one meets the PDL, it reaches a certain threshold. That apex locator knows that threshold corresponds with the end of the tooth and PDL. So it tells you exactly where you are. If you're a millimeter away, half a millimeter away, etc. So that's what this is meant to be for. But this also helps when taking X-rays. It makes it clear, you know, instead of putting other material in there. So we always try to have a layer of this at the bottom of, maybe bottom 4 or 5 millimeters of our Typodont, so that when we submerge the tooth in there, let's say you want to mount the molar, or you want to mount the...
Oh, I thought we were mounting the premolar.
Look at that.
It's in there.
Look at that. Yeah. Is it premolar? I thought it was anterior.
The next project says number 12.
It says number 12.
Yeah. We'll mount them both. You can mount them both and then take X-rays. When you take pre-op X-rays, that saves time. Mount both your anterior and premolar, whatever tooth you have to do, and then take all pre-ops at the same time.
Which molar? These are the same.
Find that sheet. Let's see what's the chronology. Okay. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna grab. This is like a paste, and it dries out, so you gotta cover it up. So grab a piece of it, you know, and then look into a roll. Shove a little bit of it in there. Use like the back of a mirror handle, or back of this one, to push it in nicely. So you want your apex, your apical third of the tooth, to be submerged in there. So you got to put enough in there that your tooth doesn't sit on top of it; it actually goes in. The whole point of this is that this looks better in the X-ray, and what do we care to see when we take a pre-op X-ray is that apical third and how our file is, you know, how far is it outside, inside the tooth, whatever. So, did you find that?
Yeah, it's number 12, and then number 29, and then number 14.
Okay. So at no point do we do the central block, the central incision?
It doesn't say to. It's right here. Block, plastic tooth, plastic tooth, plastic tooth.
Okay. Plastic
So
tooth
we're
number
gonna do
8
that
is, I
for
think
the
that's the
mock
final.
final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do have to practice once at least on this tooth before doing your competency. You do your competency on this tooth. So you may have to just practice at least
We have
once.
2 of them.
Yeah. You have 2 of them? Yeah. And I'll just mount this one and you have 2 of those. So just pack him in there a little more. You can give it a try. What you want to do is you want to make sure this is mounted in an anatomical position. Okay. So you don't want it to like submerge it in. You want it to be like, you want this to be like at least somewhat similar to the other tooth. Okay. Using the real board exam, you have to do that. So now this doesn't really state it. That means that I got to put more of this. Okay. I put a little more of this. Okay, so now it stays there. So I can push this around. Okay.
You're not using the Regicel then?
Now I'm gonna use the Regicel on top of that. So that's that for now. Can you give me like a napkin?
They don't have any out. Don't use that.
Yeah, I mean you can use that, but you can't take this off. It becomes so hard that you can't take this off. So this you do for your boards because they don't want you to take it off. If you take it off, you fail. It's cheating. Even here, so at the beginning, it's okay once or twice it comes out, but if a tooth keeps coming out and you keep looking at the end and like filing until you reach the end, that's kind of like cheating. You don't have that advantage when you're working on the real life scenario. So try not to do that, you know. And we're gonna mount a rubber dam on top of that tooth, so we gotta make sure it's sturdy and nice in there. Yeah, that's how it looks like. It's putty, and then this is just written,
Got
placed
it.
in there. See? It's really not.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. So you take it off now. Well, it's real easy. You just put some Regicel in there, and then you gotta seat it back. Oh, you can see the position of it. You see where it was.
There's a little hole where it was.
Yeah, so you gotta make sure that put this back in there again, flat. I'm just overcomplicating this. This is really not a big deal at all. And just putting this on top, all over. Okay, and
Hold it to the
then
top.
quickly just push this in.
Are you pushing it back into the hole that
Yeah,
you
I'm pushing
had?
it back next to it. I want it to be straight at least, and then compared to the other tooth, I want it to be like pretty similar. Okay, so just do your best judgment. Don't mount it sideways, because then you do your access, and then you're gonna go side of the tooth. You know, so make sure it's like anatomical position. Okay, and then you can push this Regicel around the tooth a little bit so that it hugs it and it prevents from it coming out. Even with this, it may come out if you put your spreader in there when you're obturating, and then like engage it and then try to like pull it out, and the whole thing comes out. Or when you're drilling, it may come out. But just you gotta be gentle with it. And so at all times remember that this is just stuck in there with some Regicel, nothing more. So that's there. What you can do when you're doing your rubber dam is to mount teeth other than that one. As a matter of fact, just do it commonly. Don't mount the tooth that you're working on, because what does the rubber dam do? It clamps on top of it, right? The clamp, when you clamp it, it just pulls everything up. You know, the real tooth doesn't come out, or your Typodont doesn't come out because it's screwed in there. But this one is not. So what I recommend is that use a premolar before anteriors. Use 2 premolar clamps on the side, and then put your rubber dam in there, and then cut a slit, and then put it on top. You know, maybe cut 2 holes, and then push these in. You can use whatever it takes to like hold the rubber dam in without clamping that tooth. You do that. For premolars, you can always clamp the tooth posterior to it. So if you're doing a premolar, you can clamp the molar behind it. Okay. Any tooth that we have another tooth behind it, so there shouldn't be a reason why you can't do that. That just makes it easier, because in the middle of working, if everything comes out, then you got to put it back in there, and it's just a mess. All right. So here's using Regicel. We could have used light body, heavy body. I've never used those. I don't know how they work, but theoretically you can use them as it's very much the same material. Now, alternatively, you can use wax, like I don't know, rope wax or those pink wax. I never used wax, but I've seen people using both, so you can give it a try. But with wax, what I realized is that it's very flimsy. It comes out a lot easier, you know, and it's messy in there too. This, if you got to work at it a little bit, and it comes out, and it comes out clean. But wax, you got to clean it up, and it takes a while. But still, I think it's more convenient. You don't have to, use your Regicel or tips and stuff. But it is kind of, another option that you can have to try them both. If you're using wax, all you gotta do is put a lot of wax in the socket, and then heat it up real good so that this goes all the way in, and then push it back again next to it, and then make sure it's not moving at all. So that's the wax. And even if you're doing wax, you gotta have this apex putty on the apical third. Otherwise, when you take an X-ray, then you're gonna have a hard time looking at it, because we're gonna be looking at it. These are gonna be regular traditional films, and you're gonna be looking at it like this. And if you can't distinguish the contrast, you're gonna have a hard time. That's it. And then now you're gonna have to have. I wish we did this last week, because I thought you guys are not gonna be done with premolar. But if you're done with premolar, that's good. But that means that we all have to go take pre-op X-rays over there. So that's gonna be. There's gonna be a large line right here. Let's do the X-ray real quick together too. We get done with this portion. Let's go. Teeth mounted, so that you can kill 3 teeth with one shot. Okay, you don't have to keep going back for pre-op X-rays. Because Right now you're doing central, or if you're just gonna do work on one tooth today, maybe you can do that on your own time. But don't be like lining up here the whole 3 hours and not do anything. You know. So if you have to take X-ray, there are 2 operatories. There are 2 extra. There are actually 2 extra units in there. I hope both work.
Wait, we can come in and take X-rays on our own time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have films. You get films from Ms. Gladys,
Okay.
and then you can take your pre-ops for next projects, like on your own time when there's not a big line here.